basically what we're talking about is getting away from the market economy back toward the gift economy. I mean, the gift economy was original. When we lived as hunter-gatherers for tens of thousands of years, we basically just shared everything that was available within the community. There was no thought of somebody hoarding wealth or supplies, or so there was basically no economic inequality. I mean, if anybody was starving, it was because the whole tribe was starving. Then gradually over time, markets developed. There was trade at first, but trade was looked upon as something really dangerous because your interests and the interests of the person you were trading with were at odds. You know, each of you was trying to get a better deal. So the only people you ever traded with were people in a different tribe. Right? Because it was to allow that competition and that level of distrust to get seeded and grow within your own social group would be very detrimental. So trade is something that would never happen within the society. It was always something that happened between societies. Then, as we developed agriculture and started living in larger and larger towns and then cities, trade took root within the community itself. And we became more and more strangers to each other, both because there were so many people living together, but also because our relationships were more and more relationships of exchange rather than simply sharing. So that lowered levels of trust, increased levels of alienation and suspicion and so on. And all of human history can be seen as the progressive shrinkage of the sharing economy and the progressive growth of the market economy. And of course, that's happened especially over the last century with the growth of the economy itself as a result of all the things we were talking about earlier, fossil fuels, debt, and so on. And so now we find ourselves at the end of this process where we're very much alienated from the people around us, and we're distrustful of our leaders and the direction of society. It's a pretty sad state of affairs. And getting back to a situation where we really do feel at home with ourselves, the people around us, and the society that we're a part of, is going to require less and less trade, less and less markets, more and more sharing. And this sharing economy is still with us. It's not that it went away altogether. The sharing economy still exists within families, within churches, within nonprofit organizations, and so on. It's just a matter of making that more and more the focus of our lives and our attention, and taking our attention away from everything that's bought and sold and has a price tag on it, and entails the sale of our own labor. The hours of our lives get measured and sold just like any other commodity. And how alienating is that? So finding ways around, workarounds to the market economy, and finding subversive little paths back into the gift economy is really what it's all about. And every time we do that, we get satisfaction, because the market economy, the only satisfaction the market economy can give us is the satisfaction of consumption, or sometimes a satisfaction of security, in that we have, as you were saying at the beginning, this pile of stuff that we've built up. But the satisfaction of the sharing economy is much, much deeper. It goes right to the core of our being, because it's the feeling of trust in the people around us. It's that sense of security that reaches deep back into our Paleolithic